It didn't listen to us, so it is a stormy, rainy, yucky day. Apparently it did not. So, yep, I mean, it just came in like a whirlwind. So we're on the road, on the highway, I may add. I'm not going to like this.
I'm sorry, I can't just fly out there and tailgating me. Now you can pass me and leave me in the dust.
So anyway, it may be a blurry ride, but at least y'all can connect and grow. That's the purpose of this, and hopefully it will end soon. But it's quite a day. Having my coffee, we're on the road to Christina's. So I'm gonna try and have my coffee. Just y'all pray for your safety. I know. Too many people are out in this mess. Charles decided to stay home.
Well, hopefully it's going to stop when I'm trying to get up there. There's so much stuff to get in.
Oh my goodness. Oh Lord, have mercy. I mean,
I have to take out next time.
Sorry.
Okay.
I have the rocking chair back there for somebody. People are using their hazards. You can't see necessarily, and
Right.
there's a lot of people using. You want to put on your hazards?
No, but they don't. Well, it's just that one truck.
Yeah.
Doesn't
There was some people up there.
I'm just going to stay here for a while.
We're gonna just stay in the calm lane.
We'll maybe drive out of it.
Please. Let's dry out of it. Dry out of it.
Drive out of it.
We're trying to do this so we can avoid that crazy detour road. And if y'all haven't watched the detour, please go and not only watch it, like it, share it, and please do us a favor and hype that video. I don't know how many points it has, but any hype points would be appreciated.
This is like driving in Florida.
I know.
The rain.
Exactly. I know it's blurry a little bit, but that's because the windshield. But the purpose of this is absolutely 100% is for you guys to come in and connect and grow, no matter what we're doing or how blurry we are, because the windshield wipers are going back and forth. But anyway, another thing I'm going to really ask everybody in our community, please come beside us and absolutely 100% start watching content. We are probably about 870 watch hours away from 4,000. Now, yesterday, for those people that are trying to grow channels, let me just say, please do not get discouraged with the news that came yesterday down from YouTube. YouTube has made it so that if you are a channel trying to get monetized, they have not changed the 3,000 mark. You can still get super chats, which we have on now. You can still get super chats, gifts, memberships, all that is turned on at 3,000 watch hours. However, they have changed it so that you cannot get fully monetized until you get to 8,000 watch hours, which I think is somewhat very discouraging for people. I know how hard it is just to get to the 4,000. But that will not take effect until February of 2027. So anybody that has reached monetization between now and February of 2027 with the 4,000 watch hours will be grandfathered into the program. So please continue to watch so that we can get there before I think we will for sure get to those watch hours. Unlike last time we got monetized. We are also getting we're getting our watch hours taken away. It wasn't done the first year, but it's being done now. So if you could just go and watch our stuff, I would really appreciate let playlist run in the background so we can
take them away and get them.
Well, because once when you're in your first year of when you first start your channel and you start going, like if I went on Blessings Through Connection, we only have 400 watch hours. So if that channel doesn't get monetized I don't know if you can have that channel and another channel monetized, but anyway, I think you can. If we did get that one monetized, those 400 watch hours aren't going to make a difference if I restart, and let's just say in October is when I started lives. The 400 hours are going to make much of a difference for us there. But if by chance you have the watch hours, let's just say, hold on a second, you know, she's trying to get over, and we're slowing down for that car. Anyway, if we started our first live stream on January 13th of 2024, we had that year for the watch hours. We gain monetization. After that goes away, they only hold the watch hours for 365 days. Then whatever watch hours we made to yesterday of last year, they've taken those hours away. So we've been like a yo-yo back and forth. So we have 3170 in watch hours. But any way to achieve that 4,000 before they go ahead and do the whole turnaround, I don't necessarily agree with it, because I think to myself, people work so hard to get to the 4,000 watch hours, they may just get discouraged and throw up their hands and say, forget it, I'm not doing the 8,000. I know we're going to get to the 4,000 before February, and then anybody that reaches that will be grandfathered in. I did hear that you cannot accept the new terms. You will, of course, get and still have super chats. You have them on super chats, memberships, and all that kind of stuff. However, you are never going to be able to receive the monetization of the 8,000 watch hours if you get there. So that will always be something that you won't be able to receive unless you accept the new terms. And that should come out in a couple months, from what I can understand. I think they're changing up the shorts. They're trying to do something different with the shorts. They're increasing the amount of shorts you have, which I think, unless you're, it's not impossible to reach, but it's very rare that people reach monetization through shorts. You have to go viral to make that happen. Hi, Monica. Welcome on in. You can do hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. If you were a little blurry this morning, it's because the windshield wipers are going back and forth. But it's also a rainy Sunday, or Monday morning, or Tuesday. I'll get the date right in a minute. We're going up to help my daughter. So we're on the road. We're on the highway, which for me is pretty amazing. But it's a rainy day, that's for sure. It's a rainy day. So can I just encourage everybody to please make sure that I know that if you are somebody that's thinking about getting monetized, if you're sitting there kind of, having the watch hours and you're kind of going back and forth and you're thinking about it, double down between now and February. I think it's February 1st. Don't quote me on the date of 2027. Because you'll want to get monetized before that date hits. Before they increase the amount of watch hours you are going to need from 4,000 to 8,000 to be fully monetized. We need your all's help to make sure that we can achieve that goal again before they decide to increase the watch hours. I don't necessarily agree with it. I think it's hard enough for everybody to achieve that and get to that without having to have and deal with that. I think that it's a lofty goal to get to 3,000, and once you get to 3,000, 4,000 is right around the corner. But in the interim, it's really kind of hard to get there. It's not impossible, it's hard. But yes, again, so if you're someone that is thinking about, well, you know what, I really want to do this, or I'm at 2,000 watch hours. Press forward, go hard. You can do things like I did on StreamYard when we were first trying to get our watch hours, and I haven't done this time. But I have 17 videos that I did 10-hour streams while I was sleeping, I may add, where I set up my laptop. I made it so that it was just calming, relaxing music. You can go to Pixabay, so I'll put that in the chat if I can get it right. You can go to Pixabay and go ahead and get a really relaxing, and if it doesn't come up, then it is called Pixabay. I know I have it in here, I think. But for some reason that code is not liking it. So that's what it's called, is Pixabay. And you can go there, you can get a really calming stream for the background. You can get music that's copyrighted free. Now what I would suggest you do, and what I have done as my practice for that, is I have done where I have gone into YouTube, or gone into InShot. You can do any kind of editing software, and put that video in, because it's only some of them are only like 20 seconds long, right? Of some kind of relaxing, calming thing in the back. I've taken the music and I've just done about a 5-minute video. Okay, so I've gone into InShot or whatever editing software you want to do. I've made if the video is only 30 seconds long, I made it 5 minutes. I made the music at least 5 minutes. I've uploaded it to YouTube and I've let it sit. I've made it unlisted. I've uploaded it to YouTube for the purposes to make sure that it is not going to be a copyright issue. Because sometimes they've said free, it's free, it's not a problem, and then I upload it to YouTube and they say, guess what? It is. This is considered, part of this is considered copyright. So to prevent that from happening, go ahead and make sure that you have taken the video and the music and put it into a video, put it up as unlisted, and just verify it and check. Even though you can do the copyright tool through YouTube, I find that this is just another way of making sure that if you're uploading it from Pixabay, that the music and the background, I had one problem that happened, even though it said it was totally free, to make sure that none of that will happen. So that's just a little note. In StreamYard, you can make things loop. So what I did was I went into StreamYard. In StreamYard, you have up to, I think, 20 hours a month free. So you could do this with just a video, 2 videos. I would do live. If I was going to be doing it overnight where I wasn't going to be watching the comments, I would go ahead and hide the comments. So I couldn't be monitoring it, and I didn't want anybody, being disrespectful in the comments. When I got done with the video, disable the comments. When I got done with the video, I made it so that the comments were able to be made on the video. So I turned on the comments, but I turned off the comments while it was running. And you can go into Streamlabs. You can go into that's fine. You can go into Streamlabs. I appreciate it. You can go into Streamlabs. You can go into StreamYard and do it and make it loop continuously. And I've done the video for that through Streamlabs on Blessings Through Connection. So you can do that, and then that way you can have that run. I've had that run for 10 hours, and we have 17 different videos that are calming, peaceful, relaxing music. There's storms, there's birds, there's whales, I can't even remember how many things. There's horses, beautiful background, but just calming stuff for people to be able to put in the back of their background while they're doing whatever they're doing. So that's another way. Go live. Do what we're doing here. We're driving, and I know it's blurry, and I do apologize, but it's because the wipers are going on and it's raining. I had to have a sip of my coffee so I could think. Do what we're doing now. The purpose of this is not for you all to see the beautiful traffic. The purpose is for you guys to come in and grab, and not grab, but come in and connect with other people that are in this chat. And the more we share, the more we get this chat out there, so that no matter where we're going live, the purpose is for people to come in and connect. Now, I'm going to give a piece of advice. Take it or leave it if you want. If you're coming into a chat like ours, set yourself up a playlist. Okay? And it can be a playlist for the day. Make it unlisted. And the reason I'm telling you to make it unlisted or private is because when you go into a chat like this, when you go into Tuber chat, when you go into other chats that allow you to connect with people, the best thing that you can do is to go over to their channel and grab a short or a video or some kind and stick it in that watch later playlist. Come back to a chat like this and then be able to continue making those connections. When you get done for the end of the day, and I've done this, I need to do a better job at it, but anyway, it's a great idea. At the end of the day, maybe you'll have 10, hi Share Bear, maybe you'll have 10, you guys can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. Maybe you'll have 10, and we do again, we do, we'll put it in here too as well. We just got memberships last week, so memberships, super chats are all back again. We're on our way to my daughter's house on a very rainy Tuesday morning. But anyway, what you can do is then at the end of the day, you go back to that playlist, and maybe you have 10 videos. Maybe they're only a half an hour long. Maybe they're 15 minutes long. You can go to the one that we have that's 13 minutes long about the detour. I guarantee you're going to laugh. And if you can hype that video, great. But you can go watch something like that. Put your calling card, which is your channel, into the chat, so that people, when they go look at that video, they go, oh, I haven't seen Monica Pro, I haven't seen a Share Bear, let me go check their channels out. And they will be more likely to go to their channels. I've done it, and I've connected with people. I had listened to someone, which I'm probably going to give, I think it was her, don't quote me, but anyway, she was saying that she does that once a day, and she connects with somebody new every single day. And then you can go and make sure that you're hitting the subscribe button, or I call the connection button. I wish they would change it. Because you are truly connecting with that channel and the community in which that channel is there for. So you hit the subscribe button or the connection button. You then make sure that you are doing that, and you are at least watching the video you put into that playlist and making a comment, okay? And then that way, and here's another thing too, YouTube gives you 3 times to hype a video in a week. So maybe you go in there and you say, you know what, I'm going to give 3 different people a point. It may not help, but I can tell you to some degree the video that we have, which I think has over 50 or 55 or 60,000 hype points, is made a little difference just by people hyping that little video. If we can have it grow more, we still have some more time to do it. You have 7 days from the video of when it comes out to do that, and I think you can do that on lives, I'm not sure, but videos for sure. So maybe you say, you know what, I'm going to give 3 people hype points. But that way, when you're coming into a chat like this, you can make those connections properly, and then that way you can absolutely connect, put it in that playlist, go back and make those connections properly. Because what you don't want to do is for YouTube to go in, hit that subscribe button, and take that subscribe number away, especially from somebody that's trying to just get to their first 1,000. So that's just an idea. I know that YouTuber Chat does it, and he will do a playlist of people that he can go back and connect with properly, especially because when he has new people coming into his chat on Tuber Chat, he can't always do that right then and there, so it gives him the ability to do it. And it looks like we're finally starting to clear up. It gives him the ability to make sure that he connects with them properly. So that's just an idea too as well. But go live if it's just simply chit-chatting and talking. You can think about doing the calming streams, which is just having people have some calming stuff in the background. If you love doing what we're doing with something like King of Saga or diamond painting or whatever it may be, go live and do it for a while. I have sat with King of Saga, and I have done it where I've literally let it run for 4 hours, and we just sat there, and I'm like, oh, just one more piece of fabric, and I'm like 3 hours or 4 hours later. So, and again, and another thing too is ask your community. I'm gonna have another sip of my coffee so I can think. Ask your community how they can help you. You know, sometimes your community doesn't know. Like yesterday, when I wanted that video hyped a little bit more, and we still have time to hype it even more, I went to my community and said, we have X amount of hype points. Let's hype this video. Ask your community where they can help you. They will come beside and help you, okay, if you ask them and say, listen, I need you to do this, okay? And that's the blessing of it. I mean, I sit there and think we've gotten where we are. We do have super chats. We do have memberships back. We do have all of those things back. And that's because of our community. We've done it by the grace of our community. Our community came together and helped us get there. We didn't get there because our community wasn't backing us. They were absolutely backing us. And we've worked really, really hard to get there. Now, on Tuesdays, we're probably for a little bit going to be making this trip up to my daughter. So you better believe I'm going live. And well, it would be nice because you'll all eventually see the fall leaves are changing. But I know Mother doesn't like that. She likes the...
And I don't like the fall leaves. It's just the cold weather that comes after the fall leaves.
Yes,
fall.
She doesn't like the cold weather.
After the leaves fall.
So, and my way of looking at it, I'm not YouTube, but in my way of looking at it, I would sit there and say, listen, the more people are monetized, the more that YouTube is making money from that. They're making money on super chats, they're making money on memberships, they're making money all the way around. So in my way of looking at it, I would be absolutely probably reducing the threshold of where they could get at least partial monetization. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I don't think you should lose your watch hours. I think that you should be able to keep the watch hours you have. The only thing is, I think there should be a requirement that says you have to upload X amount of videos or lives within a month period in order to stay active in the partner program. That's my way of thinking of it. And I also think that the threshold of you being able to get to $100 a month needs to be reduced to $50 before they'll pay you out. We're going to have an upcoming expense every Tuesday. That little bit of money coming in from the YouTube revenue, which all goes to Mama, will be a tremendous blessing for our family. And so I just think, how many people an extra $50 or an extra $100 just from ad revenue. I'm not talking about memberships. That's just things on the top, memberships, super chats, and all that, I just think to myself, yeah, that does help tremendously. But for sure, the other thing that helps is, having, just people watching your stuff and having the ads run through. That is a tremendous help as well. Now, I don't know, and I have to relook at it again. I thought I kept the memberships for the basic at 99 cents. But I think YouTube raised it recently, and I don't think they have a 99-cent membership anymore. I don't know. I'll have to relook at it again. Things have been in a blur the past couple of weeks. I would say that we have the membership we have with the thank you very much. That one is always at whatever baseline YouTube has, whether it's 99 cents or $1.49, whatever the bottom level is that YouTube has for their memberships, that one will always stay there, because that's just a way for you all that want to just say, hey, we appreciate your support. And that is one thing that I've heard repetitively over the past little bit, of how supportive Blessed2Crochet is, especially to other people within the community and on the YouTube streets. That Blessed2Crochet is such a great supporter of other people. And we try. It's why we do the shout outs. I know people do their shout outs, and you run your channel however you want to run it. But people do their shout outs, and they do 10 people. And I've always felt like I just want to focus on one person per day. And I know I'm behind, and I will get those things going to the recaps, but if the recaps get up a little bit late, as long as they're in order by week, it's fine. And it still gives that person an opportunity for an additional shout out. So they always get two, and they get them on both channels. But I've always really felt like I just want to make sure that we're focusing on one person, one channel, and giving them just the spotlight for the day, and showing them, hey, y'all, take a look at this specific channel. And if people, and yet I do appreciate the ones that do 10 people that they want to give a shout out to, because I've gone through all of those people that they have listed there, and I have been able to connect with each one of them. So I really appreciate those people that do that. Give those channels that I may not be connected with or not know about. So I have met some amazing people doing it that way too as well. So, well, probably because the wind was going nuts.
Maybe it's a wait station.
No, it's a rest stop. Yeah, it's a rest stop, but it came on like a thunderbolt, for sure. Hi, Maury. Welcome on in. We're on the way to my daughter's house in a very rainy, windy kind of thing. I think I didn't put the right code in. But you can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. So again, that's what I feel what YouTube should do, but I'm not YouTube. I wish I was, right? I'd be changing a heck of a lot of things, I can tell you that. But please don't get discouraged. I know we're looking over the horizon of the 4,000 watch hours, and we know that we're only about 830 away, and I can't think to myself, what if it was February and we would have to be going, okay, we just got to the 3,000 mark. We've worked really, really hard to get memberships back and super chats back, and all of those things back, super chats, memberships, and gems and all that stuff back. We worked really hard to get that, and I really appreciate those that have re-signed up with their memberships. And again, that's why we always keep the first one, the thank you very much, as the whatever baseline YouTube has for the lowest cost membership. That's why we'll always do it for that, because if people want to come beside us and support us with just that one, We are very, very grateful. There's nothing that comes with that other than just, hey, thank you for supporting us here. And we try to go back and then take that and support other people around the YouTube streets. And then, of course, the other one, which I think is $2.99, but maybe that will increase. I don't know. I have to relook at the prices. But that one is the Blessed Disco Ball membership, and all that is that you get videos out. You get videos first. That's all I can do. Something, right? I have to have more of my coffee so I can think. Yes. And that's, people can sit there, people have sat there, not, when I don't have my coffee first thing, my brain don't think. That's why I'm not a morning person. But daughter needs help, so I'm going. Here's the thing about it. When we started this channel a while back ago, I started it for one purpose and one purpose only. I am a mother who has raised a special needs child. I'm a daughter of someone who had dementia. I am someone that has always struggled with trying to fit in and get into this box that everybody wants me to be in. Fit in, be this person. I'm a girl that likes Elvis's music and some of the older kind of music. I like all different kind of music, but it was always this kind of, well, she's not the same thing, right? Yep. And we're traveling up to see my daughter to help her. I'm recently officially a grandmother, so I have been on the side of being in such a place where I feel like I had nobody. Because when you raise a child with autism, if you have friends that come beside you, love it. Absolutely 100% love it. Because there's oftentimes when I was raising Christina that I didn't have too many people coming beside me saying, can I take you out to lunch so I can find out what your life is like? They would just know that there was something different about my daughter. And instead of trying to surround me, and there were people that were surrounded, thank you, that surrounded me, and people that surrounded me with their friendship, there was a lot more people that just said there's something wrong with my daughter, so let me just keep my kids away from her and just let it be, and so forth and so on, instead of coming beside me and really surrounding me with the support that I needed. I had one lady, she didn't have any kids, she has since passed, but she was a dear friend of mine. Her name was Lori, and we really connected because she was a special needs teacher. So she sat there and could understand why I was going through what I was going through more than I think anybody else, because she sat there and she was like, I understand, I know what you're going through, because she took care of these kids that were going through the day. And just on a side note, if you haven't connected with my daughter's channel, not that, I don't know if she'll ever get to the point where she does the watch hours, but she's only 12 away from 500. I'd like for her to have the 500 if she ever chooses to go forward with her watch hours. So anyway, she does great cosplay. I was there on a lot of times without anybody to talk to. I was there when my dad forgot my name for the first time and I didn't have anybody to talk to. And I so wanted, when I found some channels, that I started connecting with people and I saw what connection does, and that you can make connection through live chats on YouTube, because I just thought YouTube was just this place you go watch videos. I didn't realize that you can make friends, and I have friends. I don't think Mama's having any more children, so I don't have any brothers and sisters, but I have brothers and sisters that I have made through this channel because of the connections I have made. I deal with chronic pain on a daily basis. Connection does help me, and helps me to get through my day, you know, because I'm not having to think about everything. You know, I'm having to focus on other things. So I wanted to be that person that could be there for us to open our doors here at Blessed2Crochet so that people can come in and just chit chat and talk and connect. And it took me a very long time for me to be able to put that hashtag in there for you guys to be able to drop your link. And I decided to do it hoping that people would connect the correct way, going over to watch at least a 3-minute video, connecting, and then at least doing that. And that's why that playlist comes in real handy for you to have. But I just wanted a place where I don't care whether you're growing a channel, you're trying to make friends, you just need a place to talk. I wanted this place open for that purpose because I knew how much and how hard it is when you're struggling with whatever you're going through. Maybe you are taking care of you're a caregiver for somebody. Maybe you are raising a special needs child. Maybe you are dealing with chronic pain. Maybe you're just having a difficult day because this life is hard. It's not easy, right? And you need a place just to be able to talk. This is the place. So true. It's kind of crazy that your connections that you make end up friends never knew you needed. We started thinking of them. We started thinking, looking forward, hopefully that to connect, looking forward, chatting when we can. They are here to support. Life is hard. Absolutely. And it is. Life is hard. And life is difficult. And that's why we're here for all of that. And, you know, when I go and work, and I know not everybody is into King of Saga, and if anybody hasn't known what we started doing with King of Saga is the art of taking fabric scraps and putting it into foam board. But I can tell you, and I crochet still, and I'm not giving up my crochet, but I have found that just being able to go on to YouTube here and being able to being able to work on the King of Saga has really helped my pain level. I still hurt when I'm done, but at least for the time period that I'm doing it, I'm not necessarily hurting because I'm not thinking to myself, oh boy, am I hurting. It takes my mind off of it for a brief period of time. And so, you know, it really makes a huge difference. I have a friend on here that I met, and she's like a sister to me. She's in another country. I hope to have the blessing and honor of meeting her one day. But she has really helped me through some very difficult times. And I'm very, very grateful and thankful. I have another friend of mine who's raising a child with autism. Guess what? I understand when she calls and she tells me, you know, I'm exhausted, I'm tired. I get it. Why? Because I've been there, done that. I did it when I didn't know what I was going to do and I was at the end of my rope. And so we have to realize that when you are doing that button that I wish that they would change, y'all, we're connecting with people. Yep, crochet works, but this new art I'm finding is doing two purposes, I hope. It's doing, first of all, it's helping me kind of deal with my chronic pain and manage it, you know, in addition to the crochet. It's also opening the door for you all to come in and do exactly what we're doing now. So I'm doing something I'm enjoying. Other people are inspiring to doing it too as well. And we're also connecting. And that's the whole point of it. We have to realize that we're, you know, if we're Netflix and Hulu and all these things, if something came on better than those things and it was cheaper, you probably just go ahead and say, I'm going to cancel my Hulu or Netflix subscription and go on to that. I'm not connected to any one of the streaming services that I have, very little of them that I do have, I'm not connected. It's like I did BritBox, and if y'all are watching the Heart Acres, oh my goodness, what a good series. Guess what? I signed up for a 7-day free trial. Before the 7 days up, what am I going to do? I'm going to cancel it and wait for the other series to come on, and I'll re-sign up for another free trial someplace else down the road. My point is that I'm not connected anymore to that. All right, well, have a great day. Thank you so much for coming in, Monica. I appreciate it. I'm not connected to that at all, right? I'm not connected. I can cancel and let it go very quickly. And the point of it is that when we go to these channels, like here, and like Kendi K All Day, and Tuber Chat, and I'm trying to think of other ones, Foodie, and other Foodie's Vacations, and other channels that we're connected with, guess what's happening? We are connecting with them. We're not subscribing to them. We've made friends. It's a community that's there. And that is why I truly feel, if you just say to myself, I know that little red button through YouTube says subscribe, but I'm not subscribing. I'm connecting with them. It changes how you look at the community inside you. Not inside you, but it makes you look very differently. Oh my goodness. On the YouTubes. It makes you look very, very differently on how you're doing your YouTube thing, because you are connecting with people, you're not subscribing to them. And if we change that mentality in our head, right? Yes, we change that mentality. When we go to somebody's channel and we say, there's a subscribe button, if you will change it in your head to say, I'm going to hit the connection button. Not the subscribe button, the connection button. It changes how you look at it. And here's another thing. Think of this for a second. When you go to somebody's channel and you just hit that red button, you do not leave your calling card properly, which means you're leaving a little comment. And if you're new and you're a new connection with them, tell them that you're a new connection. If you've come through them through another channel, I try to do it when I can, tell them you came from Blessed2Crochet, right? When you don't leave your calling card with them, which means, hi, I'm here to support whatever nice bird, beautiful cat, whatever it may be, right? New connection, and like our tagline, I always put in, keep crocheting that connection, no crochet hook is required. I put that in. That lets them know that you're there and you have stopped on by. It's just like before we had Ring doorbells and all that kind of stuff, and before we had cell phones. When you went to somebody's door and they weren't home, you had to leave a note and say, I stopped by your door today, so-and-so, I'll see you later, give me a call. Or you had to wait till you went home to call their landline to leave a voicemail to say, guess what, I stopped by your house today and you weren't there. Yes. Or you chat, yep, exactly. The more you get to know, absolutely. So by putting a message in there, when you meet somebody new, you are going to leave your calling card. And you're going to, it's like before we had all of those things. Now, if you stop by somebody's house and they're not home and they have a Ring doorbell, they can talk to you via video, right? You can call them on your cell phone. You're not home. When are you going to be home? You couldn't do that a while back ago. So if you just go to somebody's door and say, hey, you know what, they weren't home. You had to go home, call them on the landline. Or you had to leave a note and let them know you were there.
You had to find a payphone.
You had to buy a payphone, yes. Remember the days. I remember those. None of those are in existence now, but it works the same way. If you listen, if people are hitting the subscribe button and they're not leaving comments, I really don't I really don't, I mean, I could go look, and I have to dig to some degree who just joined and who hit that button, but I don't really focus on that. I also pay attention when we give our chats every day to who is chatting in the community. And I'll go, okay, you know what? This person's been chatting in the community. I'm going to give them a shout out. I'm paying more attention lately to who's chatting in the comments. So, y'all, making those connections, sharing a channel out, collaborating together is another great way to bring people to your channel. Coming together and helping each other. You know, and this is where sometimes I get a little with the bigger channels, because I think I hope to never get big enough, and this channel get big enough, or we're sitting at about, it'd be nice to get a silver plaque one day. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but anyway, to be sitting at 10,000 subscribers, right? And we sit there and there's a channel that has 4 people. I don't care how many subscribers you have. If you have a good solid channel and we can put you on our channel and you can get exposure and it can help your growth on YouTube, we're all about it. Absolutely 100% all about it. Because again, we're going to get the blessings back by blessing other people. And I think that continues past what our live, you know, what is on the, you know, on the YouTube streets here. When you go out in the world and you're going to the, you know, the store to a cashier, and I've been a cashier, you guys put a smile on your face. Let them know, hey, you know what? I really appreciate you. I'm thankful, you know, for you. Thank you so much for, you know, what you're doing. Because being in customer service is one of the hardest jobs, I think, out there. Because you're dealing with people that can sometimes not always be very nice. And so if you're going to a register and you're going through the grocery store, ask that cashier what their favorite candy bar is. Turn around and buy it for them. Maybe their favorite bag of chips, or you know what? What kind of soda do you like, or what kind of drink that you like? Make their day, and that goes. Safe travels. All right. Well, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it, and have a wonderful day at work. Kindness is free. I think we forget it. I've told this story before. I'm going to tell it again. We had a gentleman at our work. I worked at an auto dealership, and he passed away. Hi, Silver. Welcome on in. You can put hashtag blessed in the chat. And I just want to make a point today before I go into the story about being kind. People have come in this chat and started chatting up. Look what's happened. We have people coming in and finding us. Why? Because YouTube is pushing it out there. The more we can get our chats rolling, I guarantee you we will have people coming in and making it even better for you guys to come in and make all of those connections happen. The more we can get our channel shared out, the more we can get the connections rolling, the better it is. You can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. So the more we can get out there, the more people come in and chat. I don't care what we're doing, driving, doing King of Saga, crocheting, watching, I don't care what we're doing. When we go live, you've got to get in your mind, live, Blessed2Crochet is connecting people. We're making connections every time we go live, and that's the purpose. We're opening our door, and we're having a party, and it's the connection party, and that's what we're doing. Anyway, my little story about kindness. I was a cashier at an auto dealership, and we had a gentleman who had gotten in a motorcycle accident, and he was had 7 or 8 children, and we weren't sure if he was going to make it. Half of a helmet, not a full helmet. I have to have another sip of my coffee. going to finish it before we get there, but that's okay. And we had my boss come through, and I just looked at him and I said, "How is Mike?" And he just looked at me, and I knew from the expression that he had that Mike was no longer with us. And there was a gentleman I was crying. I knew the guys in the back were. He wasn't a lead, but he was up there in his rank back there with all the guys fixing the cars. And I just said to, I was trying to compose myself. I was trying to, be in a position where I could, kind of get myself together, because I was trying not to cry, but I did, of course. And this gentleman, and he was, hold on a second, y'all. We're trying. I'm doing the highway. I'm not liking it, but I did it. I don't know how yet. When I figure it out, I'll let you know. I don't do highways well. I'm not a highway girl, but we had to get up there.
In the rain.
In the rain. Probably because I couldn't see all the traffic. Anyway, and you guys helped too, because my focus was on you. It wasn't on the traffic. Anyway, back to what I was saying. And so, thank goodness we get off this bloody roller coaster. And anyway, this gentleman came up to the window with his wife, and he sat there and he said to me, he goes, "Well, I'd like to know where my car is, why my car isn't ready yet." And I said to the gentleman, I said, "Sir, I really do apologize for the delay on the car." I said, "But we've had we've just found out that one of our people that is here, or one of not our people, but our team member has passed away. And I do apologize, and I know that the team back there in the back found out about it just now. So if you can just give them a minute, I'm sure we'll get your car ready as quickly as we can." You know what his response back to me was? And I can remember it. I can't necessarily remember his face. I'll never forget it. That's High Cruising Fun Anytime. That's how much of an impression that this person made to me. We just found out that the team member that we had passed away. He's coming up trying to find about his car and why the oil change or whatever was being done wasn't fixed quick enough for it. We were trying to do all the things that we needed to do. I was trying to compose myself and everything. When I told him that about the team member and that they just found out, "We'll get your car ready. We do apologize for the few minute delay." You know what his response was? "That's not my problem. I want my car ready now." I said, "Sir, I will let them know. Again, I'm very sorry for the few minutes, the delay on your vehicle, but they did just find out that a team member passed. I will let your service rep know. I do apologize for the inconvenience." And I said, I apologized. All I could do was keep apologizing. And he just kept saying to me, "It's not my problem. It's not my problem. It's not my problem." He left, and of course he got his car fixed. And not 2 or 3 minutes later, the other cashier that worked there came in, laid her head on the desk that was in the same room, and literally burst into tears. And I went over and comforted her. But there was not a bit of kindness out of that man. And I'm sure glad I'm not friends with him. But I tell that story because I want people to realize the impression, and that was probably done, I don't know, that was probably at least 15 years ago, something like that. It was back probably about 15 years ago. But I still remember that today. I remember the man not being so kind. when I let him know that a team member of ours had passed, right? And we were just all upset. And it would have been awful nice if he had taken a moment and said, you know what, I'm really sorry to hear that. I understand that there's a delay in getting my car fixed. I'll be, it's just fine. I'd like my car fixed as soon as we can do it. But to sit there and say, that's just not my problem, really sat with me the wrong way. It didn't leave the greatest taste in my mouth, I can tell you that. My point of it is, when we're out and about with people, whether they're cashiers, whatever they're doing when we're meeting somebody, they may look, and I've been there, done that. I've had to go to work trying to put a smile on my face when I'm an exhausted mother of a special needs child. Thank goodness we're off the highway. Just take a moment. I tried to put a smile on my face, but y'all, if you haven't figured it out, you can absolutely read my heart. I have my heart on my sleeve. Okay? And just take a moment and sit there and say, you know what? How would I want to be treated? When you go to somebody and your cashier taking care of you, or somebody, and they look like they're having a rough day, give them a smile. Go buy them a candy bar. Do something. Kindness is free. You know, as I've kind of gotten, as I, depending on my day, if I have to use one of them strollers, those little motorized carts in the store, my back's not just having it, or I'm just having a sore day and I can't do it. Guess what? Now how many people say, oh, I'm so sorry, and they're saying, I don't worry, I have to sit here no matter what. Take your time, I'm not in a hurry, no worries. So I just think we forget. I want to stop into that cheeseburger. I want to see what that one is.
Yeah.
That's the Sweeties. It's not we got the bigger one down there that's amazing. But I think we forget how much kindness goes and how kind we can be to people that work in customer service on a daily basis. They're doing a hard job. And who knows, maybe you have someone who has a little one at home that they would like to be able to stay home with that little one, and they can't stay home with them because they have to work to do, to provide for their family for a little bit. Or maybe they're a single mom and they just had to drop their child off at daycare. I've been there, done that. I didn't have to drop my daycare, but I've had to leave my daughter when I didn't want to go to work and I wanted to be home with her. So you do not know what that person is going through and having to go through in the day. So we need to absolutely, not only on the YouTube streets, and of course we don't like the trolls, but the trolls come in and feed channels sometimes, whether they realize it or not. We can come in and be supportive and put kindness out here on the YouTube streets, and not only that, but kindness out in the world. And why I tell that story 15 years later is because I think that's such a dramatic story of somebody's response to a situation where I'm like, you know what, you needed to respond differently.
You want to stop with your marathon?
We can. Because we absolutely, well, you can go in first. We absolutely want to make sure that we are showing kindness and showing love out in the world, because there's just not enough of it as far as I'm concerned. So there's my spiel about kindness for today, because we can all be kind to people surrounding that. So we have to stop off and use the little girl's room before we go on to my daughter, and then she's not very far. So I'm gonna let you all go for the day. It was a little bumpy road. We may come live on the way home. I do not know. I'm going to try to go Wednesday. I wasn't feeling yet good yesterday. Kind of had a little upset tummy the night before, so I just kind of took it easy. But thank you for everyone that came into the chat today. I really, really appreciate it. You made today really a wonderful day. Let's do kindness out there in the world. It is just so, so needed. Depending on how this Yaya, which is grandmother in Greek, feels tomorrow, I will try to go live so we can do King of Saga. But on the way home, if we're up to it, I will go live on the way home and just chit chat, open the doors open for what we do best here at Blessed2Crochet, which is not crochet at all. It is making those connections because they are so, so powerful. And I'm so grateful. You all are all truly the blessing behind Blessed2Crochet, and I love each and every one of you. So on this rainy Tuesday, I think it's Tuesday, I'm going to let you all go. I'm probably going to finish my coffee when I get to my daughter's house because I haven't been through much of it. And I hope some of the suggestions I did helped you all. And you all, please, if you're discouraged with the new requirements from YouTube, don't be. Just keep pressing forward. Build a community, not a channel. So with that being said, y'all be proud of being you. Everyone else is taken. You can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want to do that before we head out of here. Remember to keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook is required. Be proud of being yourself because everyone else is taken. And we have you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered. And we'll see you on the next one. And you all, we're only about 830 watch hours away from full monetization. So if anyone can help us with that, hi Red Bull, please help. I'll give you just a minute to go ahead and put hashtag blessed in the chat just so that people can connect with your channel before we head on out. And I will hopefully see you, if we're up to it, on our way back home. We will certainly do that as well. But anyway, if you want to do that, I'll give you another minute while Mama's using the little girl's room, and then we'll head out because we gotta go help my daughter for a little bit. So I love you all. I'm just so thankful for y'all, every solitary one of you all. And again, if you can just find some stuff to watch, we would like to get there as quickly as possible. And again, don't get discouraged with the watch hours. You've got a great community here at Blessed2Crochet, and that's what we're here for. So everyone, stay dry if it's raining out there. Love y'all. Have a great day. Bye bye, everybody.